Welcome to iScope Media. Today we are talking about the Ayodhya Mandapam, which is heating up the Tamil Nadu politics right now. Well, Ayodhya Mandapam is originally a community hall situated on the busy Aryagowda road in the west Mambalam area of Chennai. Usually sees scores of Hindu devotees offering puja and prayers. However, on the morning of April 11th, unusual scenes were witnessed right outside the Mandapam. Members belonging to the BJP, other right-wing groups and local residents staged a massive protest against the Hindu Religious and Charitable Endowment Department's decision to take over the administration of the property following a favorable order from the Madras High Court. The takeover of the Ayodhya Mandapam has become the latest flashpoint between the ruling DMK government and the BJP in Tamil Nadu. BJP state chief K. Annamalaya alleged that this was a deliberate move by the DMK government to stop Ram Bhajans or satsangs from happening at the Mandapam. Well, several other right-wing groups also expressed similar sentiments and accused the DMK of being anti-Hindu and specifically anti-Brahmin. Well, the discourse in the several Hindu communities portrays the takeover of the administration of the Ayodhya Mandapam as a move to victimize Hindus, especially Brahmins, by the current DMK government. However, the process for this takeover started back in 2013 when the AIADMK was in power based on complaints by a Brahmin man who was also the ex-president of Ayodhya Mandapam, alleging misappropriation of funds by the society running the hall of the temple. The decision of the HR&CE department to appoint a fit person to manage the administration of the Mandapam was taken on December 31st, 2013, when the AIADMK was in power. With this, after they received multiple complaints of the financial mismanagement, tax evasion and other irregularities against the Sri Ram Samaj, a society which managed the affairs of the Ayodhya Mandapam. Well, apart from Ayodhya Mandapam, the Sri Ram Samaj also manages a wedding hall called Mithilapuri Kalyana Mandapam, Sri Sitaram Vidyalaya School and Ganavapi, a place where funeral rites are conducted by the priest in Chennai. Well, interestingly, if we take a look at these complaints of statutory violation and misappropriation of the public funds against the Ayodhya Mandapam management were made in the year 2013 by a 67-year-old social activist M.V. Ramani. He was the ex-president and the senior life member of the Sri Ram Samaj. Well, according to the complaints copies accessed by the sources, the money collected from the devotees during pujas or contributions were not reflected in the book of accounts and it was allegedly used by the committee members for their personal use. Similarly, there is no account of gold and silver contributed by the devotees through the hundi. This was also flagged in an audit report, M.V. Ramani said in his complaint. Well, Ramani also alleged that the money collected from people during Seni Peyarichi, Guru Peyarichi, Mahasandhi Homam, Ram Navami, Navratri and Margazi month pujas are not maintained properly. Thousands of people attend events like Sita Kalyanam and Radha Kalyanam at the Mandapam. However, the contributions and the donations made during such events do not reflect in the book of accounts, he added in his complaint. This society is completely funded by public money collected in the form of donations and contributions. The Samaj owns property worth rupees 100 crore. People have donated gold and silver. There is zero accountability, M.V. Ramani said in a press conference on Wednesday. Further, the complainant also mentioned 13 grounds for the HR&CE department to take over Ayodhya Mandapam's administration from Sri Ram Samaj in view of the alleged irregularities. Based on the complaints from M.V. Ramani and considering the seriousness of the allegations, the HR&CE department conducted an inquiry, during which they also found out that the dozen of idols of gods, including Rama, Lakshmana and Sita, were installed inside the Ayodhya Mandapam and pujas were being performed twice a day. A separate temple was built for the Hanuman inside the premises. Regular pujas were conducted and devotees were also given prasadam just like any other temple in the state, making it a temple as per HR&CE rules. Well, following the probe, the HR&CE department decided to appoint a Thakur, which is meant by the executive officer, to take over the administration of Sri Ram Samaj on December 31st, 2013. The order of the government department also highlighted a certain glaring violations of the part of the Sri Ram Samaj. However, Sri Ram Samaj allegedly refused to divulge details that were requested by the HR&CE department as part of their inquiry. A written submission was made by the Samaj and the replies were not related to the subject, the order of the department said. The above mentioned details are some of the main reasons why the HR&CE department decided to take over the management of the Sri Ram Samaj during the late former Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha tenure. This move was challenged by the Samaj in the Madras High Court, which granted an interim stay on the executive order for over 8 years. The stay was vacated by the Madras High Court in a judgment dated March 17, 2022. And the court also dismissed Sri Ram Samaj's contentions that Ayodhya Mandapam is not a public temple for the HR&CE department to take over. The organization argued that the ideals kept inside the property are not considered as the Agama Shastra, and even the pujas were not conducted according to the Agama Shastra. The favorable judgment from the court allowed the HR&CE department to take over the administration of the Ayodhya Mandapam on Monday amid the angry protests by the members of the BJP and other right-wing supporters. Though the order was immediately challenged by the Samaj at the court refused to give an interim stay and issued a notice to the HR&CE department. Well, the case will be taken up for the hearing on April 21st once again. Incidentally, Ayodhya Mandapam has also the place where Tamil Nadu Governor R.N. Ravi inaugurated the 69th Ram Navami festival on April 1st. During his speech, he also said that India is marching ahead to fulfill Mahatma Gandhi's dream of becoming a Ram Rajya. Even before the governor kicked off the Ram Navami celebration, activist M.V. Ramani wrote a detailed letter to him asking him to reconsider his decision to participate in the spiritual or the cultural functions organized by the Sri Ram Samaj. After the verdict of the Madras High Court, M.V. Ramani alleges that he has been receiving phone calls threatening him of dire consequences. The senior citizen has lodged a police complaint seeking protection. Well, this was all about the new heat up in the politics that is going on in Tamil Nadu, and that is the Ayodhya Mandapam. Stay with us, we shall bring you more such interesting topics to talk upon. This is Aparna Sundar reporting for iScope Media.